stuff on here. Pow. Boom. All right, today is day 24, and we are starting a little behind schedule. But no matter, still got time, all the time in the world. So that's how this one turned out from last time. You can see how much ink is on it. It's all shiny. Stuff like this is hard to photograph, so it's better just to get like a scanner. Oh, thing is, I have a scanner. I bought it for the specific purpose of transferring images to computer to vectorize them or to mess with them digitally. And truth is, I don't use a scanner anymore because the resolution that the camera that's in my pocket takes is, frankly, it's better than a scanner. If I have like a stationary camera or something and I just take a photo of it, it's much better as long as the lighting is correct. So scanners are they're not obsolete, but with the amount, like, you're still going to get really good quality if you have a good scanner. At the end of the day, the reason why I prefer using a phone is just because of the sheer convenience. I take a photo and then I airdrop it and I edit it. It's like so easy. No cables, no nothing. Mickey, that's it. That's all. Sorry. I just gave my dog some celery. She was stoked. Thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight. Juggle, no more snacks. Go. Oh, 1 second. There, we got a little puppy in the back. She keeps me company while I do these streams. Okay, dream team. Wah. Okay, so. Starving vampire. So I imagine what this will be is like a skeletal vampire. So in a situation where a vampire is starving, they might be in a blood shortage. So they might be just in a place where there's no other creatures with flowing blood. I can't think of any right now besides underwater. I have never heard of a vampire going underwater. If there's something out there about subnautical vampires, I've yet to see it. That should have been the prompt. If it's Twilight, they starve when the blank slate hot girl won't date you. No. I can't believe that Mr. Twilight Vampire is gonna be the next Batman. What the hell is that all about? Okay. I don't have anything in mind here for a body pose, but I just can't get over. I can't get over. I saw the Hero Quest art today, and I can't stop thinking about it. I hate it so much. It's like it's a rock in my shoe, and I can't get it out. Stupid, lifeless, ass-faced new Hero Quest art. I've never actually seen any Twilight. I've never read any of it, never seen any of it. Vampires can't cross moving water on their own, so oceans are out of the question. Okay, so, speaking of vampires, I read something today about vampires. Apparently, the reason why they can't see their reflection in mirrors by old-timey rules was because of the silver in the mirrors. So now we don't put silver in the mirrors, so theoretically vampires should be able to see themselves in mirrors, in modern, cheap, whatever, regular mirrors. That's right. Like, so what's so that what I guess why I brought that up is it begs the question of where does the origin of the moving water thing come from? Like, what happens theoretically if, say, you take a vampire who's in a what about that movie where, like, the original one of the not the original, but one of the first vampire movies, they take Dracula like in a coffin on a ship. They don't show up in photos because of the silver nitrate. Yeah, nice. Big Mirror is run by vampires. Big Tobacco, Big Mirror. Is Big Mirror the person responsible? The company is responsible for all the mirrors. Oh wait. Yeah, no. I mean, granted, they can't do it on their own. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, if you take a vampire in his coffin, you put him in a submarine with you, is he gonna wake up and bite everyone? What's the answer to that? Guys, you did it? What did you do? This is probably one of my better drawings so far. I especially like the nose area that I've done. Like, I like how it ties in with the ears. You guys can't see it because I've been drawing it with silver graphite. at here? Got him. Oh, that works so well. Oh, God. Oh. The thing about the googly eyes is that the photos of the actual thing are sometimes even better than how it is in real life. Just the photo of it. Oh, in European folklore, water was seen as a barrier that prevented the crossing of unholy beings. However, running water was generally the strongest in this sense, since running water is much cleaner and less likely to harbor diseases if it was considered holy. Vampires are the polar opposite of this, wretched and disease-ridden abominations. The purity of the water repelled them. This is also true of witches in European mythology. It's all to do with somewhat religious view of the natural world. I see. Well, that explains all the running water in Resident Evil. I guess maybe back in the day, people observed that if you drank from still water, you could get sick and sometimes die, but if you drank from running water, you were fine. So they were like, that's the good shit, that's the holy shit. Don't drink the standing stuff, that's the devil's swill. Alright, let's get on with this. It does sound like a craft beer. There's also a theory that since a river is a natural border, a vampire couldn't cross it like the threshold of a house. What about if you had a fence or a fence around your house, or like a moat? I like thinking about all the different rules. It's very interesting. Alright. Starving vampire. Let's do it. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Ninja run the fence. Oh yeah, man. Russian superstitions are next level. It's cool that that game has the original audio. I was on the fence about it, but after seeing you play it today, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Growing up and going to Russia as a kid, like I started going back to Russia during the summer when I was like 14, I think. No, like 12, I think. I think I was a little bit younger. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that in Russia, the bootleg market was huge, and I could get any games for $2. I would just go, like, in the city that I grew up. There's public transport, and it's like a metro system, and when you go underground between, like, when you're crossing the street and stuff, there's little stalls and shops in there, and they would sell the discs. Dracula AD 1972 has a scene where a vampire is killed by the running water of a shower. What? Is it super gnarly? Does he melt? And is it like Indiana Jones where the guy's face melts? Damn, yeah. That looks cool. So yeah, so in Russia, all the discs were bootleg. So I was able to just try every single game that I would want. I didn't have to like sit on the fence about any game, because I would just buy it, try it. If I didn't like it, I would bring it back to the bootleg place and pay like a few rubles to change it for a different disc. So I was like basically any games my computer could handle, I would try out. Oh, it's not that grisly. He probably just dies. Oh no, the shower. Oh. Older movies are good though. I was thinking about, can't remember what movie I remembered and then promptly forgot. Alright, so he's this crouching, starving, crouching vampire. Oh, I played some Left 4 Dead last night. I booted it up. and I just did like a quick start with some random people. It was sick. We completed the first campaign, and I wasn't terrible. The witches and the tanks are definitely a lot tougher than I remember. Oh, such a great game. My goodness. I think the simplicity of it is what really attracts me to it, because it's just like it's just you get a few guns. Your enemies are all pretty similar. You know, it's just the actual game is just fun. Left 4 Dead. I'm trying to draw his leg. I'm not having much success here. Oy. Come on. Here we go, some smooth jams. Smooth beats in the seats. This guy looks like he's taking a dump. Met lots of nice strangers there. I always struggle with the legs, if you guys haven't noticed. Upper body's not so hard for me. Legs, definitely not something I look forward to drawing. Starving vampire. Maybe this is his weird foot, right? Oh no, that's just too weird. Now he looks like a chicken man. Yeah, hands whatever, but legs, yeah, legs. I always struggle with legs. Like, I'm definitely not good at drawing legs. And to where, like, this guy doesn't look like he's starving. He just looks like he's just chilling. He just looks kind of like annoyed. It kind of looks like, why am I in this picture? I didn't ask to be here. I'm hungry, but I'm not starving. That's it. Going a whole different way with it. Some of these songs are so repetitive. Alright, so he's just gonna be a posh vampire. No, he's not a posh vampire. He's gonna be starving. teeth. See, he's a starving vampire. Oh, he's a starving artist. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. Thanks for anybody still watching. I appreciate it. I realized I'm not in the mood to draw anything really like dark or heavy. It just won't come out right, so I'm drawing something light. this guy's vibe. He's just chilling. Blood is too thin nowadays. Always in need of extra supply. Yeah. In this... Oh, wait a second. I think I have it. I think I unpacked it. Okay, raise your hands. Who's seen this shit? I shit you not, my mom bought this for me when I was like 10 years old. I don't think she knew what she was buying. Dude, this comic book is... Here out. That's not your typical Batman comic book. This guy rips somebody's face off, spits it off. I mean, look at how gnarly that Batman is. Batman with an axe? Anyone? Yeah, some... Ooh, yeah, ooh. Yeah, this comic is heavy. I don't want to... No spoilers, because I feel like if you're into horror and you grew up with Batman, this is some gnarly stuff. Yeah, so jazzy. still the lo-fi hip-hop beats. I swear I'm more afraid to click on any of the other ones than anything, just because the past experiences have been so I don't know, catastrophic. Is that a good word? This kind of music just makes me laugh. I mean, honestly though, if I could make music that sounded like this, I would probably just make music all day long. Yeah, like who listens to this? But I feel like making this kind of music feels really good. Yeah, like the only time I would ever listen to this kind of music is right now, or I don't know, maybe if I was like super hungover or something and I had to listen to music and I had nothing but free music. I have no idea what situation anybody would, other than this. I mean, that's what this is for, so. But then again, people do listen to this kind of music all the time. Yeah, I don't really listen to music that often anymore. Get out of here, downvote. Still keeping the shavings? Yes. Yes, unfortunately, yes. Okay. I guess let's clean them up here. Absolutely perfect. Just the ticket. Let's get cracking. Let's just start from the top. It's a good place to start. Lots of hair. He's got that nice comb over look. Oh man, sorry, I was talking about stuff earlier. I was good, but now I got up all in my head about other crap. I'm sorry. I always end up thinking about a bunch of negative crap, and it's like I don't want to talk about it. Because that would be a huge bummer. It's like I used to deal with my negative thoughts by drinking a whole bunch, but I don't drink anymore, so I just have a lot of thoughts, and it's kind of hard to control what comes in and at what time. And I mean, that's part of being human. Everybody's got that. We're all a bunch of negative Nancy's here. Yeah, but and I feel like I am too much, so I don't want to bring that. I don't want to bring that in here. I want to keep it light by drawing this here skinny looking vampire dude. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. I don't know if venting about stuff on stream is the best place to do it, but you know, I don't know. I feel like people watch streams to get away from their own kind of, you know, and streams are a form of entertainment, and we consume entertainment to, you know, not focus on our own problems and stuff. So I don't want to turn the stream into that. I'd rather just talk about how much I hate the goddamn box art for a Hero Quest. It's so bad. The guy looks like he's holding a big plastic sword. It just, I think I have it just up on my computer. Where did I put that stupid picture? Oh, the expression on his face. He looks like, looks like he's taking a dump. I don't know. And the dwarf, of course, he's purple. And then all the stuff in the background. What he was? I hate it so much. The thing that I hate the most about it is if you look at the original box art, in the foreground there's the guy swinging his sword, right? But he's swinging his sword kind of wildly, and he has this bewildered look in his eyes, like this look of desperation. And you see, because there's orcs in front of him, and there's orcs in front and behind, so he's surrounded and he's desperately like swinging his sword. Like he doesn't look super, like his facial expression looks kind of scared a little bit, and a little bit, you know, he doesn't look super confident, and he has emotion. He has real emotion, is I guess what I'm trying to say. But in the new box art, he just looks like, I don't know. It's stupid. It just looks like box art for a toy, whereas the other one actually looked like, I don't know, like a painting you could like hang somewhere. It's World of Warcraft art, yeah. And the other box art, like the other one, is actually art. They totally Warcrafted him. But the whole meaning, like the whole structure of the image is lost, because in the old one, he's swinging the sword and he's like defending himself. In the new one, he's there's nobody in the foreground, so you're basically like the viewer of the box takes on the role of the goblin essentially, and he's like swinging at you, the person holding the box, and it's just like awkward and stupid. Everything about it is just stupid. $30. I could spend 30 years shitting on this art. I hate it so much. There's no personality in it. There's no life in it. It just it looks overdone and dry. Like if you look at the zombies, they look like they're completely stylistically different from the entire picture. Like none of it makes sense. I hate how much like I don't even wanna. I hate it. And the thing is, I'm not trying to talk shit on the artist who made it. It's the artistic direction that was given that created this, because it's like I know under what scenarios this kind of shit is created. I bet the original rework of this art was fucking magnificent, but then they gave it to the suits or whatever, Hasbro. They looked at it, they're like, demographic, buzzwords, suck it, and then they changed it. The new art of the Hero Quest board game really shows the evolution of fantasy art in title design, character design, armor design, stylization, etc. From Warcraft to LoL to mobile games, this cartoon style is so generic nowadays. I miss the gritty realism of the 70s and 80s. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking, is that the kind of realism of that old image, it makes you kind of you're able to put yourself in the mindset of those characters a lot more than like a dude wielding a sword that is clearly way too heavy to even be picked up by a human. Yeah, it gives like, it's like a stupid Saturday morning cartoon vibe versus like, oh, we're gonna go on an epic adventure and like save the entire world vibe. I don't know. It's very, very bad. So, truth be told, this video right here that I just put in the chat, this video is the reason why I bought HeroQuest to begin with. I didn't even know what HeroQuest was, and I stumbled across this video on the internet, and I was like, it sold it for me. Like, I watched that video, and I've probably watched that video, bro, so. Bro, it's so... the way he flips the freaking knife? Bro, I'm gonna watch that after I finish this stream because it's too goddamn good. Yeah, Bardic broadcast. Yeah, shout out to Bardic broadcast for the best HeroQuest video ever. He hasn't posted in over a year after his predictions of the new game. He probably rage quit. Let me see. The HeroQuest predictions and perils. Do you think he rage quit life? Do you think he alt F forward? Oh yeah, he probably can't make money on YouTube. His videos probably just get shat on by the algorithm. Although he has great... Probably like a year ago when he quit, he was probably getting shit views. And then all of these views racked up in the last like year. I mean, if he's monetized, this is not nearly enough videos to make that much money. This is like... Oh, Duskwind, yeah. Like I was sold so fast. My take on old fantasy art is that most of the scenes make you think, oh shit, how did they get into this mess, or what's going on here? Because there's so many tiny details to take in. Modern fantasy art, excuse me, though Modern fantasy art, though, all looks like a movie poster. Everyone is so posed and they have these stoic facial expressions like they've never been afraid of anything ever, even if they're standing on a pile of dead bodies. Yeah, exactly. It's like the problem of like that Games Workshop art suffered, and I never kind of understood it until I picked up the very new Games Workshop like codexes, where the art is like, at first glance it's nice, it's colorful or whatever, but it's usually just a character, and like there's usually no background. It's like just a color or something. But yeah, there's a lot less emphasis on showing the vulnerability of these characters. They're always just badasses from like square one. There's no story. It's just like you're already a badass. Nobody wants to put in the time to become a badass. Pulse is now selling magic. What is Pulse? Hasbro. Oh, Pulse is Hasbro's way of avoiding paying Kickstarter percentage of using not their own money to fund projects. Oh, I love this. Oh yeah, yeah. You could slap anything on there. You could slap World of Warcraft. Yeah. Okay. Very good point. It has no soul, no identifying like features. Yeah, so much of that kind of stuff depresses me. Like, Jesus, Magic the Gathering, I used to think was so cool. Magic the Gathering is part of the reason why I wanted to make art a career. Like, it was my dream to be a Magic the Gathering artist when I first found one of those cards, because I didn't know that something like that existed at the time. I didn't know there were card games for people other than like playing cards with like the hearts and clubs and whatever. It was completely new to me, that whole concept of trading card games. I didn't know, because I just found one on the playground in 4th grade, and I kept it because it said Magic card, and I was like, wow, this thing's magic, and I had no idea what it was, because I never saw them in any stores or anything. So I just had this card, and I would carry it around with me. And then I finally asked one of my friends, I was like, have you seen these? Like, do you know what this is? And one of the kids that I knew was like, oh yeah, like, I know what that is. I have a bunch of those cards. Like, I could sell them to you. And I was like, yeah, please. And he sold me all like the cards that he didn't want, and I didn't care because I didn't play the game. I just bought them just for the pictures. So yeah, it just makes me kind of melancholy to see companies that used to do something out of passion that now only do something out of for financial gain. And it's hard for me to get excited about new products that they put out because it has no soul. To me personally. But yeah, that's just a personal thing. Wait. Magic the Gathering is great again. Just look at Innistrad. Wait, what is that? I mean, honestly, I hate how the new cards look. Like, the cards never needed to be reformatted. They lost me as soon as they reformatted the cards. Like, what was the point? What did you achieve? You made your cards look fucking stupid is what you did. You made them look like any other generic freaking trading card game. They lost any kind of like mysticism or appeal. Like, before, Magic cards looked like these like little slabs of like whatever stone they might have been made of, and then they introduced these freaking panels to it, and it's like it just looks like any other stupid card game. Like there's no like to be honest, I'm so happy that the back is still the original back, because that's the only good part of Magic the Gathering for me left. I don't like the digital art. I think it's far too complicated to be like in those small squares. I don't know. I'm a very cynical pessimist when it comes to the state of a lot of the things that I grew up with. Don't even get me started on freaking Star Wars. Like, Jesus Christ. Anything that Disney touches turns to shit, I swear. The style of the old cards were hard to read. Well, boo-hoo, I say to that. Boo-hoo. I don't think everything should be accessible for everyone. If you can't read it, get a magnifying glass. They were sick. Making things accessible for every single person is like well and good, but it detracts from like I think the artistic image of, you know, if it's a creative artistic thing. I've never played D&D. No, never. The closest I've ever come to D&D is Zombicide. And man, after what you've told me about D&D, I don't think I want to play now. How I've avoided D&D for so long? It's actually pretty easy. I grew up in Ramona, which, if anybody knows Ramona, it's a really kind of a small town. Oh, I accidentally muted the mic when I was moving it around, so my bad. I grew up in Ramona, and Ramona is a pretty small conservative town. And when I first discovered Magic, like I said, I was a small kid, and I only started playing it in high school. So I discovered it in elementary school, collected cards all through middle school, and only met other kids who played it in high school. And they were the Navy kids, the NJROTC kids. So, you know, we weren't exactly the coolest kids on campus. We would sit inside with our lunches, or over by the Navy tables, and we would play Magic the Gathering, and some kids would play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I didn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the cards had sharp edges versus rounded edges. Like every logical card playing game should have rounded edges. Anyways, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are stupid. I'm just leaving that right there. Not the game. The game's fine. Just the structure of the cards is just dumb. So we'd play Magic there, and I always knew about Dungeons and Dragons growing up, and I would go when my parents when we would go to like out and about, and there was a Borders or a Barnes and Noble. I would go there and I would check out the monster manuals and the different books, but I wouldn't buy them because I didn't have really money to spend on stuff like that. I don't remember what I spent my money on, but it wasn't like I didn't buy any D&D books because I didn't really know what I was looking at. I would just look at them because I was like fascinated by like there was all these different role-playing books like these cyberpunk ones and all these things by like White Wolf or I think, but I would just sit there and just look at them for hours, just look at all the different pictures, but I had no idea what the hell it was, and none of my friends knew anything about it. So then when I got to college, I never met anyone who played D&D in college. And then the last time I played Magic was when I lived in New York. I was working as a waiter in New York for like 3 years. And I met some kids my age who were playing Magic the Gathering. And so I brought my old decks out. And of course, got slaughtered by the modern decks because all the abilities are far more powerful. I remember I ended up getting this really good card from the current series, but it's like I could care less because it was like modern, so I gave it to one of the kids that I was playing with, and it totally overpowered his deck. And that was around the time everybody stopped playing because it was just like it got no fun. His deck was too powerful. And so so if you were gonna play D&D or a game like it, I hate a lot of things for a lot of reasons, but if you must know why I hate most things, it's if something is created only for the end goal of profit. Like if the thing that is created is only to sell, it has no other function beyond that, then I definitely dislike it. Would you rather play a game that's more on the you start out as a dirt farmer side of things where you might just die, or more towards the standard fantasy archetype of you start as definitely dirt farmer. The thing about starting out powerful is like there's nothing to learn, there's no ladder to climb, and it's like even as a kid when I first discovered video games, because the first computer game that I ever played was StarCraft. And after playing StarCraft, I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if there was a game where I could just create a character and go out into the world and do whatever I wanted? Like I could steal from people, I could like steal cars, or build a house or chop down a tree. And I had no idea at the time that there was such things as RPGs. And when I discovered that, I was like, holy crap, there are games like this. Shadow of the Demon Lord? Why does this sound familiar? I've definitely seen this art. See, I think the number one reason why I never played any of this stuff is because I never had anyone in the vicinity around me who was also interested in this stuff. So I could go ahead and buy this. Like the thing is, I have like 2 rule books of Warhammer. I have Dungeons and Dragons, and I have other rule books and other stuff. But it's like I don't have the bodies to play, so. Yeah, I think that the idea to me of the perfect RPG, or like, not perfect, but like one of the aspects of a really good role-playing game is progression. And if you start powerful, where are you going to go from there? Like people always say, like, if you're at the top, it's like it's not the greatest place because you can only go down from there. But if you're at the bottom, you can grow all the way up. And I mean, that's exactly what Rim World is you start off as a 1 dirt farmer, or 3 dirt farmers, or 5 dirt farmers, and then by the end of it, you're like, you know, killing everything that moves, everything that lives. I'm just getting a drink real quick here. That's a great picture. Or GIF, sorry. Soon you won't be able to post GIFs like that because that's discrimination. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm speaking of weird shit on Etsy. I'm looking at a destroyed Black Lotus that somebody cut apart and then ripped together and then sewn together, or ripped apart, stapled together, and then sewn together. And they're trying to sell it for $575. Here, I'm gonna just show you guys the link so you guys can be mad too. There you go. Here, eat that gigantic link. Oh, did it go through? Yeah, it went through. All right, let's get this show on the road. If it's a real Lotus and not a proxy, that person is a fucking moron. It's a reprint, which makes it just as stupid, but it's stupid in another way. Yes. Who would pay $600 for a reprint card that's been No. This is this. I'm sorry to say it, but this is actually better than duct taping a wall to a banana because this involved slightly more effort. I mean, albeit it's just as pointless, but all art is pointless for the most part because being alive is pointless. So, but it involves more effort. So by that standard, it's better. Aesthetically, I prefer the banana. I mean, not even nihilism. Isn't it more like realism? Like it is reality. It's just like whether or not people choose to accept it. A lot of people are like, I don't really want to talk about that. Not my reality. It's amazing how many people get to have their own realities nowadays. Everybody gets to have their own reality. You get a reality, and you get a reality, and you get a reality. And you're a winner in your reality, and you can do anything, and you're a star. And nobody will ever bully you because you're perfect. Yeah, who needs real reality when you've got yours, which is more real because it's easier to sell you stupid shit when you live in your own reality. Yeah, banana has more potassium, and potassium is hella important so you don't get like cramps. Did you know that you can't get potassium over the counter? You can't just go get a potassium supplement. Gotta get a prescription for it. What if my kink is to kink shame people? That's pretty kinky. What if somebody's kink was just everything being completely normal, so they were just like freaking losing it all the time? And by normal, I mean just like people just dressing like normal and people just walking around doing stuff and whatever. And that was their kink. It was just like, oh my god, everything's just so normal. Oh, just losing it all the time. Oh, look at that. Look at my giant nose. Giant nose coming in. Acceptable. The reason I was asking about RPG stuff was I want to run something. It won't be as good as face-to-face D&D, but it could be fun at least to run. Yeah, it would be. That's why I was asking, is you rather start as a dirt farmer or like, oh no, wizards suck, man. I've never liked the wizard option in games. Like, it's weird because in real life, if I was presented with the option, would you rather be like a hand-to-hand combat or a wizard? In real life, I would be like wizard all day. But in games, beating the living Christ out of people is way more fun than shooting like purple at them. I mean, for me personally. In high school, this group of guys came up with the Big Nose Clan and ranked me number 2. I was pissed off. I'm never first. Oh no. Big Nose Clan. That sounds like a very tough club to get number 1 in. I think I would probably be like number 2 or number 3. The reason why I have the nose I have is because I used to get in a lot of fights for fun, and I broke my nose a few times. Wizards in D&D are like washed up porn stars. They blast off a spell or two, and then they're like, done for the day. Call me tomorrow after I'm recharged. Oh, that sucks. You should have let him know you were the boss of that club. That's when you break the other guy's nose to get to the top. Yeah, mafia tactics. Oh yeah, I mean, don't worry. I've probably broken a few noses in my life too. I mean, if you're in a fight and you break someone's nose and you're sober enough to feel it, you'll know. You'll there's a certain feeling that you feel in your fist when you crush a nose. It's like similar to if you've ever bitten through the cartilage of a chicken bone. If you could take that but rub that feeling against your knuckle, that's kind of what it feels like. The goal with the text is always... I've always had a crippling fear of breaking my nose, which is mostly why I voted sports. No joke. Well, I mean, it's a good fear to have, to be honest. You don't want to break your nose. It's not good. It's one of the only things that you can break, and you don't have to get a cast for it, but it will definitely alter your appearance. The thing about like broken noses though is that once you get one, you're kind of like, oh, that's what it is. It's like, I mean, I guess there's different levels of it, but I guess what I'm saying is it's not as bad as what you would think. Again, I guess sobriety is a factor to the amount of for the amount of pain you may or may not feel. But honestly, if you're going around and fighting people sober, then that's probably not a good way to be living life. But then again, going around drunk and fighting people is not a good way to be living life either, so. Okay, there we go. Just this text here. The main goal when I'm drawing the letters is that I want to just make them look like they weren't drawn with a brush pen. And what I mean by that is when you draw text with a brush pen, it inevitably comes out like with these kind of natural looking strokes. But I just want it to be this just kind of clean, blocky font without too much kind of stroke variation in it. So that's why I have to go back over it. My big fat head in the way there, sorry. Alright. And his little cross there. Snack achieved. So, and this vampire wears a cross just to show people that, psh, lol, who cares? Well, I want to hang out this vampire. Yeah, I was lucky enough to live in New York around like 2012 to about 2017. No, to about 2012 to about 2015. And then 2015 I moved to Russia. And I lived in Russia for 2 years. Yeah, something like that. New York was cool. I couldn't help but feel like I wish I had lived there earlier. No matter where I go, I always wish I had lived there earlier. And everything there changes so fast. Whatever neighborhood you live in or work in, there's always construction and it's always moving and growing. And if that's like, if you're into that, that's cool. I mean, I used to be into big city life. I mean, when you're single, living in a big city is very, very interesting. You have a lot of free time. You're on the prowl, looking for, looking for people to meet, looking for new places to hang out. But yeah, it's definitely not somewhere I would want to live anymore. So yeah, I think this is about as good as we're gonna get with this one. So let's just sign it up here. All right, and there we go. Day 24, starving vampire. For the last time, I'm not starving. I just make art for a living. Alrighty. I don't know how many people are watching. I don't know my views or my. I covered everything so that it wouldn't depress me. I covered all my Twitch stats. I guess I just left it there to show how long I've been streaming for. Otherwise, I wouldn't really know. But anyways, so yeah, it definitely helps. It definitely helps as long as I don't like get tempted and then like hover over it, because yeah, then it stops helping. All right, well, everybody, thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching. This was day 24, the starving vampire. So tomorrow is day 25. And it will be, the prompt is too many daggers. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow. The time I will be streaming at will be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if I'm not streaming by then, I probably started an hour earlier. And if I didn't start then I probably start at noon. So, I don't know. Watch it if you get a chance. 3 daggers is too much. You can never have too many daggers. Well, it's funny, I actually collect knives, so. But they're not technically daggers. They're just knives. Anyways, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.